Now, I'm going to knock out 3 stones with 1 bird in this video. You heard that correctly. 3 stones with 1 bird, not 3 birds with 1 stone. 3 stones with 1 bird because of the absolute ridiculous that anyone who tuned into Netflix on November 15th, 2024 experienced when they saw Tyson versus Paul, all right? And it's going to be a combination of an after-action review, expectations versus reality, and hot takes. So here we go. Now, here are my ups, downs, and coulda, woulda, shouldas with the after-action review portion. 1, at least this shit was available on Netflix because after watching it, there's no way in the hell I would have paid money or gone to somebody's bar just to watch Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, all right, in a boxing match. Number 2, another up. The women's rematch, Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Man, listen. If you thought the first fight was a squabble fest, this second fight was a friggin' barn burner. I'm going, holy shit. These women out here squabbling. Listen, you have 4 fights on that card, all right? But the women, when I tell you that they stole the show, hey, they was beating the shit out of each other in that fight, all right? And 3, it's good that we still have Mike Tyson amongst us. And I'm just going to say that the major up as well with this is that, Mike Tyson's ass, literal ass, is being made a meme. If you haven't seen it, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now let's get to the downs. When it comes to the women's rematch, Serrano versus Taylor 2 should have ended in a draw, not a unanimous decision. Because when you look at how many punches were thrown and landed from Serrano, more than what Taylor did, I'm going, okay, were the 3 Blind Mice and Stevie Wonder sitting at fucking ringside watching this? Like, there's no way in the hell that this was a unanimous decision victory. No fucking way at all. Another thing, anybody who watched this whole event on Netflix, oh man, I know I'm not the only one that experienced this, but the buffering that kept happening, and I'm going, yo, what the hell is going on? I mean, I've had partners of mine hit me up going that their Netflix just crashed altogether. And I'm over here having a fight party with some family members of mine. Well, not fight party, but, I had family members over. We're watching it, and we were getting frustrated with the fact that this ship kept buffering and buffering. Only time it didn't buffer was when they showed Mike Tyson's ass, all right? And speaking of Tyson, listen. The boxing committee should have never approved Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Now, see, I love boxing as a martial art. Yes, you heard that correctly. Boxing is a martial art. But I do not like the business nor sports side of it because an event like that is the reason as to why people say this shit is a fucking joke nowadays. Part of my language, but it is. I'd rather take up boxing as an art in a form of self-defense versus being in the ring if I ever thought about being in the ring back in my younger days, because this is some bullshit. And it's a damn shame we live in a day and age in which social media influencers are being promoted heavily than the people who are actual fighters. Like, what the fuck, boxing committee? And on top of that, it's too many goddamn belts for all these weight classes. Please stop this shit. Now, here's the expectations and the reality. Expectations. An old school fan such as myself and others around the world who grew up watching Mike Tyson. We were expecting Mike to go in there and obliterate Jake Paul. All right? But the reality is this. When Tyson and Paul got in that ring, and those of us at home watching around the world that saw this, the reality settled in that when Tyson got in that ring, hell no. This was an old man that had no business being in the ring. No knock on Mike Tyson, but shit. And on top of that, this was a fucking exhibition. This was not a quote-unquote fight. This was an exhibition, because if you watch very carefully, Even Jake Paul was pulling his punches with Mike Tyson. And it was a lose-lose situation for him. Now, in the midst of all that, I know some hot takes were thrown in there as well with my after-action review and my expectations versus reality. But hot takes is this. When it came to the Serrano-Taylor fight, I would prefer that to have ended in either a draw or a doctor stoppage. Also due to the fact that Serrano's corner after that fight said that, Katie Taylor had a big-ass head. I mean, that shit was funny as hell. Like, damn, he said Katie Taylor got a big-ass head. Oh, Katie Taylor got a rock head. Oh, Mega Mind head-ass girl. But you get what I'm saying. And the other fights on there, and it's a hot take, I don't give a shit. Maybe some truth to it. Well, fuck it, there's a lot of truth to it. These boxing organizations need to be ashamed of themselves marketing these internet personalities as fighters that just started boxing 2-3 years ago over people who have been putting blood, sweat, and tears into this shit known as a sport of boxing. Because boxing, that's the reason why a lot of people don't take boxing seriously, because the shit is nothing more than a fucking circus act, okay? People want to say wrestling is fake, all right, and I hate that. Wrestling is predetermined, and so is boxing. When you look at a lot of these other boxing matches that happens, unless you are the big name in boxing, even if the other person in the ring whoop their ass and they all bruised and bloodied up and shit, the judges are still going to give it to the person who has higher market value just so they can protect whoever. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit. Now, next time we have another boxing event, I'm telling you right about now, I don't want to see no more YouTubers. But unfortunately, no matter what the hell I say, it's still going to be some internet personalities out here promoting boxing more than these other promoters are. And these boxing promoters that don't do their fucking job need to be ashamed of themselves. Because at the end of the day, for somebody like me who loves combat sports, that's not only a slap in the face to me as a fan, but that's a slap in the face to people who take this shit seriously. They have chosen boxing or any other martial art as their life. That's a slap in their fucking face. And these promotions and these organizations should know damn better. Now, anybody could disagree with me. Feel free. The comment section is open. Let's get a discussion going for like the 2 or 3 you motherfuckers out there that will listen to this. But until next time, these are just my thoughts. These are just my opinions. And as always, just saying.